Hello friends, let me tell you something about hospital health system. So before I'm going to start the actual part of the subject, let me tell you something about hospital, something about health and about disease. So concept of health is not a new topic. During the ancient time, people used to say health means absence of disease. Some of them were also saying that harmony is the characteristics of the health. According to them, if a harmony is maintained with self, community, God, and cosmos, then it is called a health. When the harmony is disturbed, then the person will have a disease. But my friends, most of the ideas are rejected, as many of the modern philosophers and the scientists doubt those concepts as they are incomplete. But still now, due to overemphasis on the disease rather health, the modern scientists are most often being questioned. Old philosophers did not able to identify what causes health or what are the determinants of the health or how can we measure the level of health. Scientists are now trying to find the suitable answer to it. Health is not explained uniformly. It depends upon the way you see it. It is different in case of different points of view like social, biological, ecological, and administrative and many other. Different point of view see the health differently. So let us probe deep into those portions. So first concept is the biological concept of health. It is based upon the old concept. Health means absence of disease, as I have already mentioned that. This concept sees the human body as a machine, and the disease is seen as the disturbance in the machine parts, and the doctors are there to fix the machine and make the body or the machine functioning again. Doctors are seen as the machinist or the technician. The machine is the instrument of the technician, and biomedical concept of health is really a narrow thinking. The basic concept of the biomedical concept of health is depending upon germ theory of disease. Germ theory based upon a line that is connecting the disease agent, man, and disease concept. Basically, it's based upon a concept which says that disease is actually following a strict line which starts from disease agent, man, and disease. According to the concept, if the human being came in contact with the disease agent, then the disease takes place. The main criticism of the biomedical concept of health is it did not tell how the environment, society play a role in the health, or how the psychology is a key factor of the health. How economy, malnutrition, accidents are also able to put impact on the health process. As the medical and the social health are advancing more and more, then the irrelevancy of the biomedical concept of health become more and more intense. So after biological concept, let us talk about the ecological concept of health. Ecological concept is actually talking about the harmony between man and the environment. If the harmony between man and the environment is prevailing, then the health will be ensured. If the harmony is destroyed or disturbed, then the disease will take place. Maladjustment with the environment is the meaning of disease. It tells if the adjustment between the man and the environment is prevailing, then the life expectancy will increase, even though if the medical service and the technology have not yet advanced. After ecological concept, let us talk about the psychological concept of health. This concept is basically saying that the health is depending upon some factors like social factor, psychological factor, cultural factor, economical factor, political factor, and many other sorts of factors which are related to psychology and which are based upon the social domain. So these factors can be used as a yardstick to measure the level of health. Now let's discuss about the holistic concept of health. As the name suggests, the concept of holistic health is the combination or the synthesis of all the concept of health, where every factors are including and they are all came together, such as biological, ecological, psychological. Because we cannot be able to exclude any of these factors, as everyone is related to the process of prevailing the health condition. So this is all about different concept of health. So what will be the exact definition of health? Ultimately, in the year 1948, World Health Organization, aka WHO, came up with a definition which is well accepted by many researchers. So according to WHO or WHO, health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. Recently, socially and economically productive life, a productive life is included in the definition. Many researchers have argued with the definition of the health because we cannot be able to say health as a state because it is a continuous process. Every human being needs to adjust themselves according to the change of the environment. But even existence of some argument, the definition of health given by WHO is well accepted till now, because it is capable to show the way which is to be followed by every people, every nation, and so as to achieve the highest level of health. As the definition is not able to show the measurement techniques of the health, so an operational definition of health is given by WHO. According to them, a condition or quality of the human organism expressing the adequate functioning of the organism in given condition, genetic or environmental. According to the definition, health means no disease is there in the body. So no disease is there in the body, and the person is able to do things normally depending upon age, gender, community. Also, different system in the body is functioning same way as they are supposed to. So basically it says the healthy person is regarded as those person who do not have any kind of disease, and they are able to adjust in the environment, in the changing environment, and which is guided by the genetic structure of the human being. Now, a philosophy of health is also adopted. So according to the philosophy of health, health is a fundamental of human right. Every human being has a right to be healthy. It does not matter if the person is poor or rich, male or female. Everyone has the right to live a healthy life. Next is the health is the essence of productive life and not the result of ever increasing expenditure on the medical care. Health assured the productive life. Productive life means ability to do something for the society. If we are sick, then we will not be able to do anything for the society. Health should not be always depending upon medical care. We need to ensure no person need medical care anymore. Health is intersectoral. Health is not a one-man job. Every sector, both public and private sector, has to work together to ensure the health for every people. Integral part of development. Without health, no development is important, or development by sacrificing health has no value. It's a quality of life. Quality of life is to be continuous in nature. Involves the individual state and international responsibilities. Health is not a one-man job. Every state, every international agencies, every individual has the has the has the right to do the health, or has the responsibility to do the healthy, to protect the health for all. Worldwide major social investment. Everyone has the responsibility to ensure the health for every people. Now it is time to discuss the dimensions of health. Health is multidimensional. As we cannot see health based upon one aspect, but it is multidimensional, because it does not mean that if a person is physically healthy, then the person will be regarded as a healthy person, or he or she must be socially, mentally healthy. So if the health is prevailed on those areas, then only we can say the person is healthy. He should be physically, mentally and socially healthy. Only then we can say the person is healthy. If we want to look the level of health, we need to see every aspect or every dimension of health, such as physical, mental, social, spiritual, emotional and vocational and many more. Each and every aspect of dimension will show the level of health. So let's discuss in details. So first one is physical dimension. Physical dimension is concerning the biological aspect of the body. When health is prevailing in the physical dimension, then body is functioning perfectly. Every system of the body, every organ of the body, and every cells of the body is functioning perfectly. A harmony is prevailing in all over the body. If a person is physically healthy, then some characteristics can be observed, like good complexion. It doesn't mean the person is black or white, but the complexion should be healthy. A clean skin, a firm flesh, sweet breath, good appetite, easily body movement. There will be no ache or pain during movement of the body. Regular activity of bowel and bladder. So these are the characteristics of physically healthy person. Now, modern medicine has tried to assess the health by concerning few things, like evaluation of the physical health. So they are as follows. First one is self-assessment. By this process, the people can assess their health condition, know about the symptoms and the risk factors. Level of knowledge regarding the common symptoms of disease and the factors which are responsible for the disease are to be aware. Every people should know about the symptoms and the risk factor, so that they can aware the disease is coming. Inquiry into the medicine. Availability or the accessibility of the medicine is a useful tool to know the physical health. Also, inquiry of inactivity. Inactive life causes many diseases, so it is to be assessed properly. Also, we should remember that inactive life causes many problems in health. So, inactive life should be assessed or should be taken seriously by every healthy people. Then comes the questionnaire of cardiovascular disease or CVD, cardiovascular disease. One of the most deadly disease is cardiovascular disease, but it can be avoided if the person is slightly aware of the disease. A questionnaire has formulated to know the health condition as well as the knowledge level of the person regarding the cardiovascular disease. Apart from cardiovascular disease, a questionnaire for respiratory disease also formulated. World population is suffering from many respiratory diseases, so a special questionnaire is to be developed and implemented so as to know the health of respiratory system. Clinical examination. Apart from system related examination, an assessment report of general examination is, that means examination as a whole body clinical examination is to be generated. So examination sheet or documents which has every details of the examination is to be prepared. Then comes the nutritional and dietary assessment. It has also a different kinds of questionnaire. By that we can assess the nutritional condition and the dietary condition of the people. So a special documents for nutritional assessment and dietary assessment are required. And lastly, the biomedical or laboratory investigations. So different kinds of tests, that is the biomedical test and laboratory examinations are required to assess the health condition of people. So every types of biomedical test or different kinds of lab tests like routine blood examination, stool examination, urine examination, they are following different kinds of protocol or different kinds of questionnaire. By that we can assess the different aspect of health. So these are basically the evaluation of the physical health. By these process, that is a self-assessment, starting from self-assessment to the biomedical laboratory examinations. By these process, we can assess the physical health of a person. So, if we want to know the health condition of a society, we need to follow these types of questionnaire or these types of things, so that we can assess the health condition, the physical health condition of a person or a community. You can see that they are only concerning on the physical aspect of the health. So we have all understood about the physical dimension of health. How can we assess the physical health, and what's the utility of the physical health? Now let's discuss about another dimension, that is called a mental dimension. So mental health means when a person is able to adjust with different states of life in most flexible way. Also, the person has a purpose in the life. Previously, mind was considered as not related to the body, but recently it was marked that the health of the body is greatly influenced by the health condition of the mind. Like depression causes many diseases like cardiovascular disease, gastric ulcer, and many more. Scientists have tried to find out the tools to measure the mental health of a person. So let's discuss about each tool one by one. As the physical health, we can measure the physical health. Also, we can measure the mental health too. So let's discuss one by one. So first one is free from internal conflict. Conflict means doubt. A mentally healthy mind is confident what he or she is going to do. No war is going on inside the mind of the people. So those persons who are mentally healthy, he is absolutely sure about what he or she is doing. There is no doubt, no confusion inside the mind of the people. That's why it is called the person who are healthy should have a free mind or free from internal conflict. Then comes the well-adjusted. Mentally healthy person has a capacity to give value to others' opinion. They are sympathized to other people. For that reason, they are well adjusted. The person who are mentally healthy are always able to make a friendship with other people. For that reason, because they are friendly people and they have the value, they give value to others' opinion, to others' problem and everything. That's why the mentally healthy people are always well adjusted to other people. Next comes the search for his own identity. Mentally healthy person is not a copycat type. They have enough confidence in themselves. They want to see themselves a different person in the society. For that reason, they are always searching for their own identity. Next comes the strong sense of self-esteem. A mentally sound person is totally aware of his or her strength and weakness. They are valuable person to themselves. Every time they have I can do it mentality. The person who does not have a self-esteem is always thinking that I can't do it, because they do not have confidence. They are valueless person if they are looking to the mirror, because they do not have any value for themselves. For that reason, we can say the person who has self-esteem can be regarded as a mentally healthy person. It is the characteristics of a mentally healthy person to have self-esteem. Next comes he knows himself. Knowing himself is important because by that someone can understand the strength and weakness of themselves. Every person should know their strength and weakness. Every person has the strength and some weakness, but recognizing those weakness and strength is important. It is important for the latter life. Next comes the self-controlled rationally and emotionally. Mentally healthy persons are aware of the social rules and social responsibility. They also aware of the necessity of self-controlled behavior in a society. They like to see the things rationally. They do not act in insensible way. When we are living in a society, we need to follow some rules and regulations. If the person is mentally healthy, he knows the value of rules and regulation. We all need to be abided by the rules. And if any emotion comes out, any emotion wants to come out, we need to control. We need to have a self-confidence so that we can control ourselves to act. For that reason, the mentally healthy person should have the self-controlled both rationally and emotionally. So these are all about mental dimension and physical dimension. Now let's discuss about some other dimension that is called a social dimension. So what is the meaning of social dimension? Social dimension of health is the level of harmony prevailing inside the individual, between the two individuals, and between society and between other members of the other society and the world. So let me repeat again. It is the harmony prevailing inside the individual, that is self-harmony. There's no conflict should be there inside our mind. Also, so it's inside the individual. Then comes the between the two in the society, in a same society, two persons should have equal harmony. Then between other member of the other society. So two people residing in different society, we should have the harmony between us and the world, the person and the world. So in a way we are trying to say the society. So we and the society, there should be a harmony existed in between. In short, a quality of intra and interpersonal relationship. How we are able to mix with people in our society and with people of other society is the social health. When we are living in a society, we need to have certain quality to perform some social act, or we need to perform social responsibility. Also, from a healthy society, we can expect same things as the society expect those from us. Existing level of skill of performing social responsibilities are regarded as the social health. So, in short, we can say social dimension means within individual, between each individual in a same society, other member of the society, and between individual and the world. So, the definition of society means a group of person is in an area and they are connected with each other. So to make a society, we need to understand that everyone should have a good communication between them. So if they do not have such communication, then social health will be disturbed, and if the social health is disturbed, then mental health and ultimately physical health will also disturb. Also, the mental condition of each and every individual in the society is important. So mental health is also influencing the social health. So, and also the physical health is also influencing on the mental health, and in a way we understand that every dimensions are influencing influencing each other. So now let's discuss about another dimension, that is called spiritual dimension. So many researchers have suggested that considering the spiritual dimension in a way to define the health, so it is a kind of state where individual is always trying to find the true meaning of life. They are always going for that direction. This dimension is showing the existing level of ethics, integrity, commitment to find the higher being, and the ability to find the true meaning of life. So if we say that the person is spiritually healthy, that means the person is having a certain characteristics. It is not only concentrated on the physical health or mental health or psychological health, but beyond that, that is the integrity, principles and ethics. Every civilized person should have integrity, should have some principles and some ethics, and it doesn't mean necessarily to be if a person is mentally healthy, they are spiritually healthy. It doesn't mean that, because if you want to be a spiritually healthy person, you should have something more, something beyond the mental health level, such as you should have ethics, you should have integrity and commitment to find the higher being, who we are, what will be our motto in our life. These things are to be there. So this is all about the spiritual dimension of health. Next is emotional dimension. Emotional dimension is a little bit confusing. It is confused with the mental health. So it seems that the mental and emotional dimension are the same thing, but the many researchers have identified the difference. Many differences are existed between the mental dimension and the emotional dimension. Actually, mental health means knowing something, or we can say being aware of something, but the emotional health is the feeling towards something. Like We all aware of those things which makes us mentally disturbed. We know how being confident is useful for us to keep our mental health increasing. But we all know how self-esteem gives mental boost. But what about the feeling for others? What about the empathy? What about the sympathy towards other people? A person could be mentally strong. We all could be mentally strong if we are all possessing certain characteristics like being confident, being no conflict between inside us, no war is going on inside us, like we can adjust with different people. But the emotional health is something new, is the feeling for others. If we see a lame person is struggling to walk, the sympathy or empathy should be there. If we want to be an emotionally healthy person, we should have a certain feelings towards those persons. A person could be mentally strong and confident, but without having emotional feeling towards other people, the person cannot be considered as a healthy person. So next comes the vocational dimension. Vocation means work or the activity, or we can say the job. It plays a vital role in mental and both mental and physical health. A physical job makes the person physically healthy and raise the physical capabilities, whereas the mental work gives the mental boost and self-actualization, self-esteem, and most importantly, mental satisfaction. The importance of the vocational health can be seen to those unfortunate people who suddenly lost their job, or due to some incidents they are forcefully took retirement early. Mental health is distorted for those people. Think about a situation. A very active person is suddenly taking a retirement, and after taking the retirement, the person will be jobless, and just 24 hours after the decision is taken, the person is jobless. So how much trauma should be there is there for the person who are suddenly become jobless. So for that reason, a vocational dimension is always important thing. For that reason, those young person who are searching for a job but they couldn't find any job, they have a tremendous kind of mental depression, because nobody wants to be an idle person in the society. Everyone wants to do something for the society. They don't want to be an idle person for the community and for the family also. So for that reason, the vocational dimension of health is important. We have different kinds of other kinds of dimensions, like philosophical dimension, like cultural dimension. Different kinds of dimensions are suggested by different researchers and different psychologists, sociologists, because if we want to see the health in details, we need to explore different kinds of dimensions, so that a clear picture can be found or can be retrieved. So these are all about the dimension of health. Dimension of health is very important. It comes in examination quite frequently. So if you want to study, if you want to know in details, you can go through K Park, or you can call me up. No problem with that. You need to understand the concept of dimension. So you need to understand deep inside the topic. So you need to have a clear concept about the dimensions. So I will suggest you to go through the park so that you can grasp easily.